fiber channel storage, and ESXi, internet, small computer, system, and NAS, network attached storage. We will discuss about each model, how to work with each model. No need to draw this diagram, you have already same diagram only. Just make note of the theory that we write. Names. Okay. This, if it is FC, how the technically that components looks like, what will be the configurations until we get storage partition from the ESXi machine, we'll see. Okay. In FC, all the adapters, cables, switches, okay, are made up of fiber. Name itself we have. Fiber adapters, cable, switches. So the adapters that we use here, this cable, the switches, cable, the controller here, the data processing from here to here, everything it happens in the fiber media. The media we use here is fiber channel, okay, fiber adapters. If you see your older telephone cables, we see white cables, white cables inside uh, the cable, right? We see white very small white cables. Okay, so those will transfer the data from here to here in the form of light. So the speed of light is greater than any other media, we get better performance here, but it is costly. To purchase this adapter itself, it will cost you 20,000, 20 to 25,000, just one small adapter. Okay. In the same way, so the switches will cost around 10 lakhs, starting from basic switches, 24 ports. Okay, depends on ports. And this array will cost from 70 lakhs to even in crores, depends on capacity. Okay. So it will be too costly. Small companies and all cannot invest that much money for their IT infrastructure. When they have less business, it's not possible for them to offer this much kind of infrastructure. But they wanted to use vSphere. There was no other option. We have to spend so much money. That's why there are multiple storage options to reduce the cost here. But whoever has enough budget for their IT infrastructure, they can go for this model. So this adapter, cable, everything is made up of fiber. So we get good performance here. fiber cables. So the data transmission will happen with the speed of light. So we'll get good performance, but costly. Okay, it's too costly for small organizations. So normally, so enterprise level or enterprise level organizations only will prefer. That means whoever has like enough budget for that. But it is not the case right now. With the increased business in storage layer, okay, storage type, multiple storage companies have evolved and they are getting it for cheaper price only. Okay, even small companies are using FC itself now. 60 to 70% of the companies they are using FC itself. ESXi usage is very rare, not even 5%. Okay, we'll think about that. So if someone is using FC, all the material they use from the server to storage array is completely made up of fiber. It's a very costly solution and will get good performance because data transmission will happen with the speed of light. So normally whoever has that much budget, they will go for this model. If someone like we don't know which customer we work and which model they are using, okay, so to attach this storage from the SAN array to ESXi, we should know all the three models. Okay, first one FC. See, like when they are using FC, these adapters are called HBA, host bus adapter. These adapters specially made for FC data transmission. Okay, the adapters are capable of sending fiber data. So it's a host bus adapter. It will send the data in the form of light. Fine. It will have address called WWN, worldwide name. Very important, worldwide name. It is a number, but still called as an address. So they're named as name only. Okay. It's a hexadecimal address. So, worldwide name, and it is like a hexadecimal address. And every adapter will have unique address, something like, I'll get you how it looks like. It will be like this. This much long, and address will be like this. Okay. And this address is unique address. The manufacturers of this HB adapter will follow IEEE standards. IEEE standards, there is a standard definition like how they follow. The first half of the code, whatever the address that you see an adapter, the first half of the code is a company serial number. So IEEE standard, the standard IEEE standard certification that organization has given one serial number to a company. Let's say Cisco. This is the same ID for Cisco, whatever the number of devices they develop. Okay, the HP adapters. It will be same for all the adapters which are coming from Cisco. Brocade, it will be different. So it depends on the company. This code will be same. This will be serial number of the device they are manufacturing 010203. So this number refers to company name or company ID, and this refers the object serial number, how many devices they have manufactured, 1 2 3 4 5. So this way it will not match anywhere in the world. So if you take an adapter from Cisco, this will be same for all the Cisco adapters. This will be different. If you take another company WWN, this will be different. Cisco versus that company, this code will be different. This may be same, but together we are using, right? So it will not be same. First half వచ్చి కంపెనీ సీరియల్ నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది, సెకండ్ హాఫ్ వాళ్ళు డెవలప్ చేసే వాళ్ళు మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చర్ చేసే డివైస్కి సీరియల్ నెంబర్ 0102 లాగా. ఇంకో కంపెనీ అయితే ఈ అడ్రస్ వేరేగా ఉంటుంది. ఒకే కంపెనీ నుంచి వచ్చే డివైజెస్ అన్నిటికీ ఇది సేమ్ ఉంటుంది, ఇది వేరే ఉంటుంది. ఇంకో కంపెనీ నుంచి వచ్చే డివైస్కి ఇది సిస్కో నుంచి వచ్చిన ఈ అడ్రస్, ఇంకో కంపెనీ నుంచి వచ్చిన ఈ అడ్రస్ సేమ్ అవ్వచ్చు, బట్ కానీ ఈ అడ్రస్ వేరే ఉంటుంది. సో సంథింగ్ లైక్ I'll take address. It will be like this. Now here, if the one adapter was manufactured by Cisco, this was manufactured by Brocade. But this is same serial number 1, and this also refers level 1. But this code will be different. This code will be same for all the devices manufactured by Brocade. For Cisco, it's a different. So anywhere, if you compare from same company or a different company or any number of companies across worldwide, this addressing remains unique. That's what IEEE standard says. If they are following IEEE standards, definitely it will be unique address across worldwide. Now, so this address has some importance. We will see where we use this address. Fine, address. So every adapter will have one WWN address, and it is unique across worldwide. It will not be same for any two devices anywhere in the world. Okay, now remember name the WWN worldwide name HBA host bus adapter, specially manufactured for FC storage. Okay, now hi, I'm not speaking. Please wait a minute. Hi, sorry, I was back. Okay. So every adapter will have unique address that will not be same for any two devices in the worldwide. So now technically, so after the physical connections are done, what are the logical configuration things are involved and what we have to do here, we'll see. So once the physical connections are done, we have to coordinate with storage guys to connect these partitions from the storage end to our ESXi machine. So what are the steps involved here? What information do we need to share? That we'll see. Add FC storage. First one, VMware team. Share WWN address to the storage team. Okay. VMware team. Request for LAN. This is not required. Let's say we need 1 into 30 GB partition. It will be in terabyte. Okay. Let's say 1 into 4 terabyte in real time. That means 1 4 terabyte LAN. Okay, 2 into 4 means 2 4 terabyte LANs. Like that we request. Storage team. Create a LAN, do joining and masking. VMware team. Create a data store. Okay. These are the technical steps that are involved for logical configuration. Okay. To present these LANs from the storage end to the ESXi machine, these are the 3 steps we have to do. First, we will request storage team requesting for number of LANs, how many LANs we need, how much capacity we need. We just request them. Okay, stating 1 into 4 terabyte LAN. Okay. So then first thing we have to share WWN address as well. Once we share this information, we have to share this WWN address well. So present this LAN to this WWN address. So 2 adapters will have 2 different WWN address. So both we have to send. If you send only one, what will happen, right? Even though they are physically connected using 2 adapters, they will present LAN via one path only if you send only one WWN. Okay. So every request should have 2 WWNs. For each ESXi host, 2 WWNs. If you have 10 hosts, 10 into 20 WWNs. So every host will have 2 WWN addresses. So if you send one itself, they will itself understand you given only one, something wrong. Okay, it should work for in one ESXi machine, there should be 2 WWN address. Okay. If you present only one path via one path, for some reason he is also not aware, he presented only one LAN via this path. If there is a problem in the cable, we will lose the connectivity to storage. Even though there is physical connectivity, there will be business impact. Okay, that's bad design. We should not like. We have to share both WWN address. Once we share the WWN address, they will create a LAN here. It will not be visible directly. Once they create, it will not be visible. They have to do logical configuration as well. What is that logical configuration? They have to do joining. Once they do joining, it will be visible to all the devices which are connected to that SAN switches. Let's say there is one more ESXi machine. Okay. So this is another ESXi machine. Okay, ESXi 1 and 2. Now this LAN will be visible. We are requesting to attach this LAN to ESXi 1 only. But when they do joining, this LAN will be visible to all the ESXi hosts which are connected. ESXi host, any other physical windows, whatever it is. Whichever the device is connected to the SAN switches will be visible. But our request is to connect it to only this ESXi. Now they will do masking. What they do, right? They will hide from all others and make it visible to only these 2 WWNs that we have shared. We have shared 2 WWNs, right? So they will make it visible to only those 2 WWNs. It will be visible here as well. But just for confirmation, we have to share the WWN. Which WWN address? Once we say just compare the www address, they will run command on these switches. Now it will be visible to only this host. Okay, this ESXi machine. That's what we wanted. So after joining and masking, that's how the LUN will be visible to the ESXi. Clear? So we have to share the WWN address to the storage team, then request them how many LUNs we need and how much capacity. Then storage team will create a LUN, creating a raw partition. There is no file system yet. Then they do joining from the switches. They log into the switches and do joining. Once they do joining, it will be visible to all the ESXi hosts. But we want it to be visible on the only one host. So request for masking. So we don't need to request, they will only do a masking. So that LUN will be visible to only this host based on the WWN that we have shared. Right now. So now the 4 terabyte LUN is visible to the ESXi machine. Again, yesterday's question. Okay. The 4 terabyte LUN is visible to the ESXi machine. I'm going to create a virtual machine. Will it be allow the ESXi will allow to place VM here or not?
It's allow, sir.
VM here or not? It's visible to the ESXi. Say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay.
It's visible.
Yes, it's visible.
It's visible, but can I place VM on top of that or not? Is it possible to place VM
Yes,
here?
sir, we can.
Okay.
Yes, sir, we can.
So
Once
again,
VMF is formatted, then we can place here.
yeah, once it is formatted with VMFS, yes, but I have not gone to that step yet. I'm still here only, right? I'm asking. I'm done with second step only. Now the LUN is visible. I'm asking you, can I create VM here or not?
No, sir. Then no.
Okay, so it's no because it is still a raw partition. VMFS is not yet created, formatted. That means data store is not yet created. We have to create data store. That means creating data store is nothing but formatting the LUN with VMFS file system. VMFS తో ఫార్మాట్ చేస్తేనే VSX మెషిన్ నుంచి మనం ఏదైనా డేటాని ప్లేస్ చేయొచ్చు ఇక్కడ. Fine? So we have to create a data store from the ESXi machine. We'll see now how to get where to get this WWN address and how to our task is to create data store. So how to create a data store. First, if you want to share WWN address, we should know where is it located. Okay, go to ESXi machine, configure tab, storage, adapters. Here you can see identifier. Under identifier, you can see WW. So in our lab, we don't have FC adapter, but I shall tell you the path where you can see it. Select the ESXi machine, configure tab, storage adapters. Here, identifier, you can see a column called identifier. From identifier, look top to bottom, vertically. Wherever you see the address, that is the adapter presented. This is the adapter presented. Here you see WWN, which is hexadecimal format, but it is not hexadecimal format. This is not FC adapter. We don't have FC adapter here on this server. These are all dummy adapters. Wherever you can see other adapters, but there is no identifier. These are dummy adapters, comes with local hard disk. We don't use them. So, but there is one address, but it is not FC. It's not hexadecimal address. It's not FC adapter. FC addressing will be like this. We'll see from the ESXi adapter itself where it shows. This is a older image. No, this is not. Again, this is also a screen. Here you can see. Earlier it used to be WWN directly. Now it is just identifier. The address looks like this. Okay. From here you cannot copy, like from here you can, the same address will display here when you select that adapter. Here we can copy this address. You cannot copy from here. When you just highlight, select here, the same address will be visible here as well. You can copy here and paste it on notepad. Paste. Here you cannot copy, just select this and copy. So select it for both the adapters. Copy that address for both adapters. Now send it to them by email or ticketing system, whatever the method that you speak to them, send it to them. Once you create, then we have to create, once you confirm that you have shared the WWN with them on how many LANs you need, they will create LAN, zoning and masking. You don't need to worry about this. This is complete different team task. They just confirm that LAN is presented finally. Okay, via ticketing system or email, whatever the method that we communicate with them, they will reply back in the same method. Now we have to create a data store. How to create a data store? Select ESXi machine, right click, storage, rescan once. Okay, rescan. They just connected new cables and all, right? So it's as it is a fresh connection, even though if it is in use or fresh connection, just refresh once before you create any new data store. Just refresh. It is rescan is in progress. Wait for it. It's not refresh. It's rescan. Okay. Rescan for storage. Someone wants to speak? Okay, so let the rescan complete. We'll see after that. So this rescan you can see here as well. Rescan for storage you can do from storage adapters here itself, or you just right click, storage, rescan. Once that is done, we'll create a data store. Rescan will take some time. So in the ESXi machine, right click on it, storage, rescan storage. Then again ESXi, right click on it, storage, new data store. Select the LUN, VMFS, LUN, enter data store name. Next, data store will be created here. So rescan is completed. Now again right click, storage, new data store, VMFS. We will discuss about these options later, NFS and vVols. Select VMFS. So here, if they have presented a LUN, it should be visible here. If not, something wrong from a WWN address or joining or masking, or you have not yet rescanned. Any of the step you might have missed here. Do that and again do rescan for 2-3 times and then confirm that it is still not visible. Then request the storage team. Inform them like LUN is still not visible to this host. We have presented a 40 GB LUN from the storage and here we don't have storage team. I only presented before this class. Okay, 40 GB LUN I have presented. So it is visible here, 40 GB LUN. So here you remove, enter a data store name. So how to get this data store name? If it is existing data store, if it is existing cluster, if you are creating a new data store, you see the names here. Cancel, go to data stores. Here you see what is the names are used. Let's say data store 01, data store 0, data 01, data 02. You name data 0. Next available sequence number. Next available number you enter. Let's say data 03. If it is 03 is already there, use 4. Next free number you have to use. Okay, so you have to check the existing data store names and create accordingly. If it is the first name, you need to check what is the naming standard that you are using. Every organization will be following some naming standard. Let's say it's FC Bangalore SAN 01, something like this. Okay, some name. Fiber channel located in Bangalore and SAN 01, the array name SAN 05, like that. Okay. From there, BS01, BS02. Some naming standards will be there. We have to take that. If you are not very sure, ask your senior person. They will give you what is the naming standard. Once one just name if you give, like next one you can create automatically with the next name. Let's say DS09. Select the LUN. If there are 10 LUNs, all the 10 LUNs should be visible here. And you cannot format all the 10 at once. You have to format one at a time. Okay. If there are multiple LUNs presented, you have to create data store one at a time. You cannot create multiple data stores by selecting all of them at once. One at a time you have to create. Next, latest VMFS. You want like older version or newer version? Select newer version. Allocate 40 GB now. I was saying yesterday, one LAN you can create into multiple data stores. Like 40 GB, you can say 10 GB one data store, 20 GB another data store, another 10 GB another data store. You can create as a multiple data store, but it is not recommended. One LAN should be one data store. So don't change anything here as of now. Say next. If you want to create multiple data stores, create 10 GB. 30 GB will be visible again. You have to create one more data store. But normally we don't do that. One LAN, one data store. Next, summary of the information that we entered. Finish. DS09 is created having 40 GB capacity. Fine. So that's it. We have created one data store. If there are more, like you create again and again. One at a time you have to do. Fine. And if you want to see the contents inside the data store, right click, browse files. You can see what is there inside the data store. Nothing is there. If you want to bring anything here, click on, just when you go to browse files, click on upload file or folder. Folder means multiple files within a folder you can upload. File means single file. ISO images. Basically we do it from here. Wherever that ISO image, select. It will be uploaded to this partition. Okay. I just copied one file. If you want to download it or delete, okay, select this file and delete. If you want to rename, rename. Download from here. If you want to download into your desktop, select that file, download. It will be downloaded to your basic download location. Okay. Try working with all these options. What will happen? Any questions from here? So FC storage, all the media that we use, fiber material, they have used in the backend. Until you see physically there, like we don't know what is the material, but while looking at the adapter type here, if you select ESXi machine, go to configure storage adapters. If there is a hexadecimal address, that means fiber channel storage. Okay. Once the physical connections are done, if you want to have this storage connected to the ESXi machine, you have to follow this step. Request the storage team how many LANs we need along with the WWN address. Send an email with the WWN address of these two adapters. Requesting for I need one LAN with 4 terabyte or 10 LANs with each one of 4 terabyte. So they will create LANs, they do zoning and masking so that it will be visible. Once they confirm that it is done from their end, we have to rescan for storage and then verify that all the partitions are visible here or not. So in our lab, we don't have enough space. That's why we created a 40 GB partition, but still in real time, it will be in terabytes. But process everything remains same. Only capacity, we have less capacity. Create a new data store. And what if there is another ESXi machine? Do I need to format this LAN again or not? I have two ESXi machines. I have shared WWN addresses of both the ESXi hosts. They have presented LAN to both the hosts, and I have formatted from one ESXi machine already, created as a data store. Do I need to create data store from here again or not?
No, sir.
Yeah, no need. Yesterday also we discussed this. No need. You just rescan from the another host. It should be automatically visible. Okay. We will see here itself. We have one more ESXi machine. 86, right? I'll see if it is connected to the same device or not. I'll just forget this step. What I'm doing right now, it's a different thing. Okay. Now it should be connected to the same storage again. Let the rescan complete. We'll discuss. Completed? Yeah, it's completed. Now if you go to data store, it should be visible DS09. It is also connected to the same storage where the 240 is connected. See, data DS09 is automatically visible. Earlier it was not visible. Okay, because it's physically connected, logical configuration is also completed, joining and masking is done, and also already formatted with VMFS. Should be visible. It's like you using a pen drive on one machine and copied a movie and you are attaching it to another machine. It should be visible. Got it?
Sir, one thing, sir, I have a doubt. I'm Ashok Kumar.
Yes, please.
Sir, ESXi, under ESXi, again, we create VMs, right?
Yes.
In VM, suppose two different VMs we have. One is Windows, another is Linux.
Okay.
So the same LUN only we can use, sir?
Yes, we can use, not a problem.
That's okay.
Windows
The
machine
main
and Linux
all
machine. Doesn't matter. You can place all those two machines on the same data store. Not a problem. So for data store, it doesn't matter which OS is running inside the VM. It's just like a VMDK file. That's it. It can be from the same LUN or same data store, what we call. Is it okay?
yeah, okay, sir. And another one, sir, two ESX you told, right?